This is BBC World News. I'm Matthew Amroliwala. On today's Global, Ukraine declares a state of emergency and calls up reservists to join the regular army in response to what it calls increased Russian aggression, and gives this warning at the UN.
This is an escalating threat to our collective global security and to our freedom. Ukraine expects decisive, immediate and proportional actions by the international community.
Vladimir Putin tells his armed forces the security of Russia is non-negotiable, but claimed he is still open to diplomacy. In the past hour, Ukrainian state websites have been targeted in what the government is calling a large-scale cyber attack. As the West introduces sanctions, the British government faces criticisms for not going far enough with its action against Russian billionaires and banks. Well, we'll hear the latest from our correspondents in the region and hear the views of a former Ukrainian Prime Minister and a former NATO Secretary General. That's coming up here on today's Global. Welcome to today's Global. Ukraine is set to declare a state of emergency and has urged its citizens to leave Russia in response to President Putin's decision to recognise the independence of two breakaway regions. Reservists have also been called up to join the regular army. On Tuesday, the US president was brutally clear in his assessment, talking about the beginning of a Russian invasion. Joe Biden said, to put it simply, Russia has announced it is carving out a big chunk of Ukraine. Vladimir Putin insisted today that Russia's interests and security is non-negotiable. Moscow has already dismissed Western sanctions that have been imposed. So let's start this hour with this report from Caroline Davis in the city of Rostov-on-Don, 100 kilometres from the border with Ukraine.
The Kremlin has been fairly